Joined now on the broadcast by Craig West, longtime voice of the Tri-City Americans team holding on to a playoff spot at the moment. Craig, tell us what the expectations are and how things are going this season in Tri-City.
Right now at 14-8-2, the injuries have kind of caught up to the Americans over the last couple of weeks, and not many are going to be able to survive when you lose world-class players like Michael Rasmussen, who was 9th overall pick by Detroit, Juuso Välimäki 15th overall by Calgary. Lose them with injuries, and Välimäki, not sure when he's going to be back. I know he'll be playing for Team Finland and could very well be the captain. But Juuso was off to a great start. Michael started the year, missed the first couple of games. Juuso actually beat him back, and then Michael was with Detroit, had a great preseason and had 4 goals in 5 games for the Red Wings, and they always knew they were going to send him back. It was a matter of when, and that was after the first 2 games of the season. But right now, suffered a couple of weeks ago against Victoria, an upper body injury. Hopefully he'll be back this weekend. You don't win any titles the 1st of December. You win it a little bit later, so you don't worry too much about who's in the lineup right now. You want to make sure everybody's 100%.
Based on what you've seen from Välimäki and Rasmussen, how do you think they project going forward as pro players? Obviously, you want to enjoy them in Tri-City for the time being. What does the future hold, do you think?
With Michael, he's a special kid. When he was drafted in the Bantam draft by Bob Torrey, he was 6'2.5". Now he's 6'6". So I don't think you can teach somebody to have that presence that he has. And he plays with an edge, too. He's a guy that you get in his face, he's going to come right back. And we saw that his rookie year when he had a 20-year-old defenseman in Seattle that came at him that was 6'7" and knocked him down, and then he chased him to the other side of the ice and hit him harder. So he plays with an edge, and I think that really catches the attention. And I think it's interesting to note, Detroit last year in his draft year, they watched a lot of his game, most of the upper brass watching him play on the road. And you learn an awful lot about a guy, how they play on the road. You can be a home player, but if you're a gamer on the road, and I think that's what sold him on Razzie. As far as Välimäki is concerned, Juuso is special. Guy that can run your power play on the back end, transitions the puck very well. Maybe holds onto the puck a little too long, so I think that's one of the reasons that Calgary sent him back. At the same time, they're probably 10 men deep as far as the back end is concerned with Calgary, so it was a good year to make that pick. They'll have that alleviated next year, and if he does start in Stockton, their AHL team in California, I don't think it'll be long before he heads to Calgary.
I know a lot of people in this part of the world will be watching to see if he gets the call for Team Canada as well. Rasmussen will be interesting to see.
Have you ever seen a player go to the World Junior Tournament and come back worse? I've never seen it. I've seen him come back hurt, but I would hope Razzie gets that call and he'd be a real leader on that team.
Lastly, I wanted to ask about the Americans in the marketplace. What would be their main competition in terms of other teams drawing fans' dollars away? And also, is there a bit of restlessness? Perhaps been a while since the team has won a playoff series.
Last year, the team was just young enough to get in trouble. The core of the team was 17 and 18, and now the core of the team is 18, 19, and 20. And this is where you're expected to win. The season ticket base shot up this year. We're right in the middle of a 7-game homestand. Until the 1st of November, the team had only had 6 home games. We started on the road and had a good road record, and now this is more of the time in the States where people start realizing, hey, football's coming to an end. In fact, this is the first year since I came in 98 we've been able to miss football, and football is very big here, the high school football. Something that people in Canada don't relate to, but it's massive here. And I think that's one of the things when Ron Dixon back in 1987 was looking at moving the new Westminster Bruins from Vancouver and saw here, and he went to 3 football games on a Friday night and saw 25,000 people at football games. He said, I got to bring the team here. And that's exactly what he did and built Tri-Cities Coliseum, now known as Toyota Center. He saw the sports potential here untapped. But you asked about competition. There's a Class A short season minor league baseball team affiliated with the San Diego Padres. We probably share, from our surveys and just going to games, probably 80 to 85% of our fan base with them. I believe in good sports as far as marketing and welcome it. Never would sell against any of it. If it good sports marketing breeds it, and it breeds good fans, breeds good promotions, and so it helps you push one another. You want to make sure you've got entertainment at all the games.
Interesting task for the Americans, and perhaps better days ahead, as we said, some injuries, so we'll look to see if the team improves as the year goes on. Thanks for telling us all about it, Craig. Best of luck this year.
Thank you much.
That's Craig West. He is the voice of the Tri-City Americans joining us on the broadcast. You're listening to Carstar, Cape Breton, Screaming Eagles Hockey, 1270 CJCB.